This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, guys. So let me first introduce myself. My name is Kashif. I am from India. I have somewhere around 13 years of practical IT experience. I have experience on multiple domains like SCCM, Intune, Active Directory, application packaging, Azure, PowerShell. I am a BSc IT graduate. I did my graduation from Mumbai University, and later on I started working as system administrator. So I worked in SCCM. I started working from a service desk, and later on I was moved to a application packaging team, and then SCCM level 1, level 2, level 3, and now my primary roles and responsibility is I'm working as SCCM architect. So I am involved in deployment and implementation of SCCM, and side by side I am um, you know training on SCCM and other technologies. So I have trained more than 8,000 students globally, and yeah, apart from that, I am involved in this implementation and deployment. I have deployed SCCM to more than 40 companies so far. This is here is my website address, blog address, email address, and my contact details. So that's about me, guys. Let me take you to the next slide. So the training of this SCCM is gonna be for 90 minutes on daily basis, Monday to Friday, 1.5 hour session, Monday to Friday, and it's gonna take 1 month, 4 weeks to finish all the topics what we have um, laid down in the course content. It is gonna take 4 weeks to finish all the topics. That's the weekdays session, guys. Okay. Now, if you are interested in weekend, then the weekend session timing will be different, and that is 3 hours on Saturday and 3 hours on Sunday, and that's going to take 1.5 months to finish all the topics. But for now, I'm not doing weekends due to my implementation and other tasks. I am only doing weekdays for now. Okay, so 1 month, 4 weeks training for weekdays, and 1.5 months for weekend session. Total, it's gonna take 35 hours, maximum 40 hours to finish all the topics, guys. Now, let me just give you a quick overview of this SCCM historical background. When this SCCM started, it was not SCCM, it was SMS, System Management Server. Microsoft released this product in 1994, SMS 1.0. Then in 1999, they have released another product. Then in 2003, they released the upgraded one, and that is SMS 2003. Later on, Microsoft changed the name from SMS to SCCM. So that is now System Center Configuration Manager. And then Microsoft released SCCM 2007, SCCM 2012, and then SCCM 2015. And they have stopped these naming convention like SP1, SP2, SP3. They are now going with year and month. So 15 is what year, and month 11. So 2015 November. Similarly, these three versions released in the year 2016. Okay, 1602, 1606, 1610. These three versions released in the year 2017. These are released in the year 2018. Now in the year 2019, 1902, 1906, and in the October 1910. These three versions released in the year 2019. And in the year 2020, this year, they have released 2002 so far. 2006 is going to be released anytime now. 2002 is the latest and greatest version of SCCM. It's the most latest one. And now the name of the product is MECM. Microsoft again changed the name from SCCM to MECM, Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager. So it is no more SCCM, guys. The name is changed to MECM. So you see, it started from 1994. This was the first version, and it is the latest and greatest version is 2002. Almost like 25 years in the market. This is the historical background of this SCCM product, guys. So it's a matured product. You guys following, everyone? Any questions so far? You can unmute yourself if you have any question and ask. That's not a problem. Sufal, Sujata, Rohit, any question?
All good.
Anyone? All good? You can interrupt me if you have any question, guys. That's not a problem. Now, since it's just a demo session, I'm not going to go into details. Okay, this is just an overview session wherein I'm going to explain you all the SCCM related information. And from tomorrow onwards, we will start in full-fledged. You know, the main session will start. The first session will get started from tomorrow. Now, the certification, there were many previous certification was 70-703, which is expired already. Okay, now you can't take this exam. It is expired. Okay, so this expired last year. Now Microsoft is gonna release a new exam, and if you take that exam, you will be SCCM certified. So you need to score 700 out of 1000 to pass that exam, and then you will become SCCM certified. So you'll have to wait for new exam to come. Now in terms of opportunities in SCCM, since you are going to learn this technology, right? So you should know the current market value of this product and what will be the future, right? So SCCM has somewhere around 43% of market share. That means you have, you know, SCCM has its competitors as well. So just like IBM Big Fix, okay, it's SCCM competitor. So it is similar to SCCM. Another product is Landesk. Another product is Tanium. Another product is Alteris. But SCCM is leading the market, is on the top, and it has 43% of market share. Some has like you know, IBM Big Fix like 5%, Landesk like 8%, Tanium like 3%, almost less than 10% all the other competitors. So SCCM is deployed in almost all big size companies plus medium sized companies. Even IBM is using, IBM has an IBM Big Fix, but they are using SCCM. So all big size companies and medium sized companies, almost all have SCCM. So you don't have to worry about the you know, the future of this product, because it is deployed in the thousands and thousands of companies all over the globe, and millions of devices are being managed by this product, and it is a matured product. So people who are working on SCCM profile are earning somewhere around $45 per hour as per the statistics, right? We have you know, anyone from US can confirm on this, you know. People are, this is the average salary, okay, average statistic, okay. People are getting more than this, those who are working on SCCM profile as system administrator. Now, lot of opportunities are there on Indeed and Dice website. These are two leading job portals in US and Canada. I don't know about New Zealand, Rohit. You need to check your local classified job portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are many jobs on application packaging and SCCM. Yeah, in New Zealand and Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So since most of my students are from US and Canada, that's the reason I have put it in this slide. Indeed and Dice, these are two leading job portals in US and Canada. Okay, now so at least it's gonna stay in the market for 10 more years. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the product, whether it is gonna be replaced by some other product, because no one is is having that feature as SCCM has, what SCCM can do at the moment. So it is way ahead and in terms of deployment all over the globe. So that's the opportunities in SCCM, the current and the future value of this product. Now I'm gonna take you to the slide. There are 3 sites in SCCM, and that is primary, central, and secondary. 3 sites are present in SCCM. Okay, first site is central administration site, second is primary site, and the third is secondary site. Now the deployment on this one, in this slide there are 3 pictures. Picture number 1 is this one, picture number 2 is this, and the picture number 3 is this. Now the first picture is for small size companies, wherein you don't have any other branch offices, only a headquarter. Suppose you started a business and you put up your business headquarter in Houston, right? And Houston has like 50,000 devices. So what you do, you will put a primary site, and that's going to be standalone primary site to manage all the devices in Houston. That's a small size company. Medium size company, when you have headquarter plus branch offices, so you will have primary site in headquarter and secondary site in branch offices. I'll explain how you put secondary site, how you design secondary site. That's a different story altogether, but you understand for now, this is a high level diagram. So this is for medium size company. Okay, and the third one, it's for big organization, like you said Cognizant, somebody in this session from Cognizant. Cognizant is a big organization wherein thousands and thousands of employees all over the globe. Okay, so like Cognizant, Accenture, Deloitte, IBM, wherein you need central administration site on the top of the hierarchy. Then you need multiple primary site. For example, primary site 1, primary site 2, and primary site 3 in 3 different continents, and they will communicate to they will report to central administration site, and they will have respective secondary site. They will report to their respective primary site. Okay, so this architecture, this is for big size organization when you have more than 100,000 devices. When you have more than 100,000 devices. Clear? Any question, guys? Anyone? Rohit, is it clear?
All good. Yep.
So this we will when we go in the session from tomorrow onwards, then we will learn each and every components. What is the role of secondary side, what is the role of primary side, and when do we install primary side, when do we install secondary side. That we will discuss later on, not in this session, guys, since it's just a demo session. We have site roles. There are many site roles available, like management point, distribution point. Each role has its functionalities and features, which we will explain later on, not in this session, guys. Let me just take you to the different slide now. Now, suppose if you are planning to implement SCCM, or if it is already implemented in your company, what all things you can do through SCCM? So these are three basic functionalities of SCCM, like hardware inventory and software inventory. You can collect the inventory data of all the devices. Let's say there are 5,000 computers. You don't have to write the details on a piece of paper, right? SCCM will scan the computer and send you the data in the database. Asset intelligence, software metering to find out the utilization of any software. You can deploy application in one go to thousands and thousands of computers, or uninstall or schedule the deployment. Let's say today I want the deployment on 1,000 computers in Mumbai, tomorrow in Delhi, day after tomorrow in New York. So SCCM is capable of deploying application to the devices. SCCM will be able to deploy patches, the software updates to the devices, operating system, like you can deploy operating system Windows 10, Windows Server, Windows 7. Windows 7 is already gone from the market, but it is capable of deploying operating system. You can manage your content. You can find out how many computers are compliant, non-compliant. You can deploy power policy, client health, endpoint protection. This is antivirus management through SCCM. Mobile device management, you can manage your Android, iPhone, iPad, iOS devices, right? Role-based administration, you can give certain roles to certain administrator. You can remote into users devices. Reports, there are multiple formats of report like Excel, CSV, PDF, Word. Monitoring, you can monitor the components of SCCM. You don't need a third-party tool to monitor. It will be SCCM who can monitor these site and site roles. Now, when we go in the training, guys, I am I basically train with theory, plus practical. Everything will be practical, guys. 100% practical oriented. Whatever we learn, we have to apply that in the practical session. So in every session we will have certain theory session, and then after that followed by practical. So for practical lab, every one of you, those who are going to join the session, will have a setup, lab setup. And how you are going to set it up, either on your laptop or desktop, local laptop or desktop. But for that, you need to have minimum configuration as 12 GB of RAM, quad-core processor, and 300 GB of hard disk. That's the minimum configuration required for SCCM SCCM lab setup. If you do not have this configuration, then you go on Microsoft Azure Cloud Data Center or Google Cloud or AWS Cloud, anywhere which can give you option to set your lab. So I prefer Microsoft Azure Cloud Data Center, because by doing this you can also learn Azure. At least 20% of Azure you learn during SCCM lab setup. So in Azure, you create your virtual machines, right? And you can connect to those virtual machines remotely from anywhere, and then you can set up your SCCM lab on that one. So everything is going to be practical, and you have to perform all the assignments, all the practical tasks, whatever we will do in the session. You need to do on your own on the practical lab. Then the lab architecture is going to be like this. Like we will have multiple servers, like one domain controller, second Windows server, and that's going to be the primary side. Then we will have third server, database SQL server, and one Windows 10. So 4 computers will be there. All will be on the same LAN network so that they can connect to each other. So that will be our lab architecture. We will have DNS here. Okay, we will have DHCP here. Okay, and then we will install multiple roles here. We will have a SQL server here. and we'll do the deployment of application on this Windows 10 patches operating system. We'll be using this one for the deployment purpose. Any question, guys? Anyone?
Yeah, hi Kasif. I have one question.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
Pratyush.
Yeah, Pratyush.
Yeah, while setting up a lab, like, do we need any special access, or do we need to buy anything from online, or just it is free service as you?
In Azure, it is free for 30 days. Okay. It is free for 30 days. So you can access, let me just show you how the lab looks like. Okay. You can put yourself on mute. So for local laptop or desktop, suppose if you are going to set it up on your laptop, this is my laptop. I have 16 gigabyte of RAM and quad-core processor and SSD hard disk. So what I did is I installed VMware Workstation. You can do it on Hyper-V or Oracle VirtualBox. That's not a problem. Now, and on that, I have set it up like this. I have one Windows server, domain controller, second database, third SCCM server, fourth Windows 7, and the fifth one is the Windows 10 computer. There are 5 computers. All of them are on the same LAN network. So that's how you do it on local laptop. But in case if you do not have, configuration to do it on your local laptop, what you do, you put it on Azure. So Azure will be like this. I'm going to show you portal.azure.com. And this is free of cost for the first 30 days. You don't have to make any payment for the first 30 days. And after first 30 days, you need, if you want to continue, then you have to start making payment to Microsoft Azure. To Microsoft. Before, during first 30 days, you do not need to pay anything. As you see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 computers, and they are present in West US at the moment, in West US data center, United States. And what I did, I remotely connected to these computers. You see, remotely connected to these computers. This is my Azure workstations, servers, database, domain, SCCM. These are working on Azure. Okay, and this is my SCCM console. And
a quick question. So when we sign up for the first time for the Azure, we get some credit, right? So can we do all this setup in that credit, or do we need to pay anything extra?
Can. No. We will get somewhere around $200 US in your local currency. So for India, let's talk about India. We will get somewhere around 13,300 Indian rupees when we subscribe for the first time. So we will get that credit in Azure wallet, and that credit we can utilize to set it up all our SCCM lab for the first 30 days. So you don't have to make any payment. More than enough.
Okay.
Any other question, guys, from anyone else? Pratish?
It is clear to me. I have got all the
Pratish, is it clear? You understood?
Yeah.
You can unmute yourself and okay. Any other question? Rohit or Sideh, Sujata, Sofal?
No, I'm good.
Is my voice clear, guys? You guys are able?
You are not audible. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. No problem.
I'm not audible?
Yeah, you are very much audible, first.
Okay, somebody said. Okay. No question. So let me take you to the course content. I think you guys have received the link. If not,
Kashif, are there any prerequisites to learn the content? Like, is the candidate expected to be from a system administration background for understanding this curriculum of SCCM?
if the candidate is from IT background, then it is well and good. If not, then that's also okay, because my training starts from scratch. When I started from scratch, starting from building up the server, installing the server, then putting up all the components. So even though domain controller, DNS, DHCP, everything will be explained in that one. So if you have, then it's well and good. If not, that's also okay. But you have to read all the articles which I'm gonna share when the training starts, and all the documents, all the assignment you have to complete. Then it will be easier for you to understand this one. When I say what is DNS, I will explain that to you, and also I will give you certain links to just go through that one. But if you are already from a DNS background, or you have already worked upon, then it will be easier for you to understand. You don't have to read that article. Understood? Clear?
Okay, thanks.
Now the course content, there are 16 modules in this course content. So we will go step by step. So it's a 1 month session, every day 1.5 hour session, wherein we will be discussing all these modules. First one, it's gonna be the SCCM implementation architecture, the benefit of SCCM roles and features. All these things will be taught in that module number 1. Then we will deploy our sites. We'll do all the prerequisite, and we will do from module number 2. We will start the practical itself, and we will implement SCCM. Then multiple things, I'm not going to go in all of them, like operating system deployment, software updates, application deployment, operating system deployment, then endpoint protection, managing compliance profile, mobile device. Yeah, I also wanted to say I will be teaching you Intune as well. That's not a part of SCCM, but Intune is also included in this session, so that you learn Intune mobile device management. You can manage your Android, iPhone, iOS devices through this one. Then power management, remote tool, site maintenance. This is going to be the factory. We will be taking backup and recovery, and restoring of SCCM. We'll have backup of SCCM, and then disaster and recovery. And then we'll have additional new secondary site troubleshooting. Then miscellaneous task, like role-based administration, resource explorer, Windows 10 servicing, Office 365, upgrading SCCM from old version to the latest one. And these all are practicals, guys. So there are 16 modules which will be taught in this SCCM
data
session.
protection will not covered in this course, is it right? SCCM data protection.
Data protection is different one. That does not come in SCCM. Okay. Any question, guys? Anyone?
How
No
many
question?
times you designed CAS for client environment, class and CAS and a full-fledged primary, secondary, or how many times only the primary just people is?
Primary site is the mandatory site. We have to deploy primary site, whether it is a small size organization, medium size organization, or big size organization. Without primary, you can't do anything. So you have to have primary. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Second thing, primary. Yeah. Okay. Primary
sorry,
can
I
manage
mean to
up
say,
to 175. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying like standalone, and if we talk about like CAS model and primary, secondary. So when we talk about 3 model, how many clients like stick on a standalone? Another one is one more hierarchy and CAS.
Yeah, that's what I was coming to. So you have the table here, which shows you the capability of primary. So the primary side can manage up to 100,000 devices. One primary can support up to 100,000 devices, but that's the old data. but now it is 175,000. Understood? One primary site can manage up to 175,000 clients. Clear?
Yeah. So when you design like some type of SCCM for your client, like many times you find cache requirement, or they just go with the start?
Mostly we go with the primary and secondary. Cache is hardly being deployed, because that's the reason Microsoft is still increasing the capability of primary site to remove the dependency of cache server. Okay, you will hardly find cache.
Yeah. Another thing I find, like in interviews, they are asking more kind of SQL table space maintenance stuff. I know, like in training session, you will show us. But have you faced like anything when prerequisite when you are designing for SCCM? They are asking like some type of overview you are giving, like what type of table space, how you will do the data grooming for SCCM.
In SCCM, we have, everything is stored in the SQL database, right? Or SCCM data. So in SQL, there are multiple tables available. Okay. Now, sometime you face problem and you need to perform the maintenance, but that is basically done by the SQL administrator. It's not SCCM administrator task. But some companies, though, where we have resource crunch or something, and they want SCCM administrator to work on SQL thing as well. Got it?
Okay.
So any other question, guys? Anyone? No question? Okay, guys. So if you guys are interested to join from tomorrow onwards, tomorrow's 7:30, same time, we are starting SCCM session. So you can reply on the WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp number, or reply to the same email which you received to join this, session, guys. If you received it from different source, you reply to that one, and then we will take it forward. We'll let you know the enrollment process. Any question before we wrap it up, guys? No question? Okay.
Yeah, this is Pratyush. Just I have another question.
Yeah.
Like generally, what are the combination of technology that comes regarding the job requirements? Because in most cases, I saw application packaging with SCCM.
Yes.
And
Application packaging and SCCM, these are very common. Plus, if you know PowerShell, Active Directory, and SCCM, this is the second one. Okay, most common. Then you have, like operating system deployment through MDT and SCCM. Then patching and SCCM, like you have worked upon WSUS and SCCM. Yeah, if you have expertise on both of them, then that's well and good. These are common requirements.
And so in my experience, I've seen people are using Flexura to do the application packaging, and they are just importing this on SCCM for maintenance and licensing reporting.
Flexura is for application packaging itself. So those who are in application packaging team, they use Flexura to package application and then upload it to SCCM and deploy it to the target systems. So that's the role of Flexura. Yeah. Any question, guys? Anyone else? Okay. So if you are interested, you let us know for the enrollment, and we'll take it forward. Thank you for joining the session. I hope the session was informative. We'll meet again. Thank you everyone for joining. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks.